It's moving day for about 100 homeless people who've been camping outdoors in the cold.
They're packing up their tents and relocating to the University of Washington. They're going to live there in a parking lot for the next few months.
Well, it's been a year since the University of Washington welcomed Tent City 3 to this parking lot, W35, for a 3-month stay. On a chilly mid-December weekend, volunteers from on campus and off arrived to help lay the foundation of wooden pallets and plywood, to raise the kitchen, administrative, and common tents, and to transport the belongings of the people who call this democratically organized, self-managed community their home. Tent City 3's presence here on the University of Washington Seattle campus was unprecedented. This is the first time that a public university welcomed an encampment of this type.
Well, you know, quite frankly, I hadn't realized we were the first public university to do it, but I'm proud of the fact that we are.
I think it definitely makes people uncomfortable.
A plan to house the homeless on the UW campus.
But there are questions to answer before tents can move in.
I think some people had the sense of we were going to open the doors and say, you know, hey, come on in, you know, bring your tent. And didn't realize this is an organized community and they self-control, you know, they self-police, if you want to use that word. But the other part that was also important to get across to the university community is that this could be a real learning opportunity. And I don't mean by that having hordes of students come in, but having some people with real expertise, lived expertise about the issues, would put them in a better situation to start thinking about how do we come to grips with this as a city. You know, we have everything from the health sciences, nursing being involved, dentistry being involved, to the honors program having a course around this. So, you know, they were thanking me. Thank you to them.
For MEDEX Northwest, Tent City 3's presence on campus presented an opportunity to explore issues of healthcare and homelessness by offering MEDEX Course 580, Homelessness in Seattle.
How important was that for him to have someone else acknowledge it? How powerful that might be.
By teaming up with Charlotte Sanders and bringing in a number of experts in the field to address the class, we explored issues of homeless healthcare from a multidisciplinary perspective.
No. Did you go to the doctor?
From strategies for engagement,
Stirring up the mess, make it uncomfortable,
to working with homeless youth and young adults,
that we were adequately funding,
to dealing with issues of acute and chronic mental health, and to addressing questions of addiction and recovery.
Further stigmatization, but that's kind of hard when you see someone flailing around.
In addition to the expert-based classroom discussions, we also formed small medical teams from among the participating students and made weekly visits to the Tent City 3 encampment itself.
Socks, hand sanitizer, Band-Aid. From the medical team?
We were there to offer medical supplies, perform on-the-spot checkups.
So that means I want to listen to your chest.
Okay. Is that all right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, now do the deep breath.
Yeah, it's like it hurts more here.
Yeah. Right.
Because it's going into the nerves and stuff.
Right. So it's the nerve that starts back here at the spine and comes along this distribution.
Do we have any more razors?
Yes, I think.
I'm out of razors.
Oh, you're out of razors. And offer whatever services and materials we could to the Tent City 3 residents.
What you need? Need some like socks or something to clean your splat.
Yeah, I guess we get socks.
Hand sanitizer is with you.
I got some hand sanitizer. Who needs some hand sanitizer?
Over here. So let's go talk to Mom. Okay.
Hi, Mom.
And that was all well and good. So lungs are clear. A little bit of the asthma.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah. We were happy to help, and it was a valuable experience for the students.
Tomorrow I'm gonna have to go to my urologist.
Yeah.
And he's gonna. I have a Foley in me right now in a bag.
Okay. Uh-huh. But we were really there to learn from the residents themselves.
Started out with a cold on Saturday, and by Wednesday it was full-blown pneumonia.
To come to understand and appreciate the actual needs of these real experts, as President Cauce put it, to learn from and ultimately work with those people, our neighbors, who are living the experience of homelessness.
We originally came up here for a job and a place and all that, but we found out in Portland that there was no job, no place, or no guy here to greet us. So
one of the things that I learned and that I wasn't expecting, I think this is probably what a lot of people who sign up for this type of outreach expect, is to show up and they're going to start fixing things and handing things out and being of use, right? But what I learned is that this is a community, and it is a process to be an outsider and come into the community. You have to understand that these are people's homes, this is their community. You wouldn't walk into someone's apartment building, you wouldn't walk into their neighborhood and start doing things, and really you wouldn't even walk in and start assuming that you're going to be useful, at least in the beginning.
I think that even providers, not just providers, but folks who work in health in general, have stereotypes, have biases, have limited information on what the situation actually looks like in the world. For example, I think that folks tend to think of homelessness as purely just somebody living outside. But the truth is that is on this huge gradient. It's so important that people who are providing health care, do it with as clear of a lens as the circumstances surrounding their patients' lives as possible.
For me, it kind of really humanizes a lot of people that I haven't had a really chance to talk to. For example, a gentleman we just spoke, his story, how he got into this camp. Really, circumstances he couldn't control, degenerative osteoarthritis of his hip, and that basically started the spiral of him not being able to afford his health care or do his job to pay for his home situation. It's something that can really happen to anyone. I think we just have to do our best to remember that, and hopefully it gives us more commitment to help people when they are in need.
We were grateful for that opportunity and are hoping to bring Tent City 3 back to campus soon, working with students of the Tent City Collective and the residents of Tent City 3.
We can't always do this, but the best is when you have a win-win. And when they're saying thank you to me and I'm saying thank you to them, that's a good thing.